Hi everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Burchell, day 2 index card a day. The prompt is lost and or found. Well, so when I went on Pinterest, I found the quote, "Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost." So I like that imagery. I instantly got pictures of paths in my head. Then I went and I found this stencil, which was a stencil that I cut. It was a silhouette cut file. So I am going to put that on here. And I'm going to tape this down and start with an iCAD that I pre-gessoed with black gesso. Apparently I can't talk and create today. So I want the reverse of this stencil. Now I could cut this out with my silhouette and glue that on top. And that would give me the effect that I want, and without doing the double steps. But I'm too lazy to get out my silhouette and do that. So I am going to do it this way. As in most things, there's more than one way to get the job done. So I am going to just put some white gesso out here, and I'm going to use the felt applicator. You could use white acrylic paint if you wish. I'm just going to do several layers, lighter layers, and then I'm going to build it up to getting the white color. What I want here is the path to be black. I could have also traced around the stencil and then painted the paths black. And for something that's small like the iCAD, that might be doable. I've done a similar technique with this same stencil, it appears, as it ends up. And I'll put a link to that video if you want to check that out. Also going to invite everybody, if you haven't been watching my technique tag videos, please do so. You may find something interesting. You may learn a few things. The goal is to learn, but also set up a kind of a reference system for yourself with activities. So just to give you a clue or give you a peek, these are my technique tags. So on the back I have all the information written about what the technique is and any specifics. Basically, I am playing with the different mediums, using different techniques, you know, trying out new things. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a dry. Oops, that might have gone. If there's any seepage, I can always touch up the black with black paint. There's always a way around things. Okay, I don't want to heat this with my stencil on it, So there we go. So I'm just going to put that to the side and clean up, and I will be back. Okay, so now that it's dry, I am going to put this back on as closely as I can. I've washed my stencil. You always would want to get the gesso or flexible modeling paste or whatever off of that. So I was flipping through my tags, and while I'm doing this technique was actually on using analogous color schemes, and so I really liked this color combination that I have. So I grabbed the paints that I think I used in there, and I went back to my color wheel to reconfirm what I did. So it was red, violet, red, and red, orange that I used. So I'm just going to put those down, and I'm just using my Liquitex Basics, but you could use craft paint or anything that you want. You know, if you don't have a path design and you want to do something similar, you can just draw it in. You could cut paper and glue that on. I mean, there's, again, think of ways that you can get the same effect using what you have. And again, because I don't want seepage, I'm only doing a little bit at a time. Whoops. I'll just build and layer those colors. It's such a weird color combination here, but I just have really fallen in love with it. Oops. Okay, and then so I'm just going to apply layers of this, just build it. Now, I don't know if this is going to work in any way, shape, or form, but I'm going to try to do the plastic wrap. I may not have enough actual paint on there to be successful with this, or I may not end up liking it. You know, I think I'm just going to continue playing with it because it does have some Okay, so let's just see the reveal. I'm kind of liking that. Now there's a little bit of white on there, but I'm not worried about that right now. As always, I'm just going to take what's on here. And just put it on an index card, and you know what, this is ready to go, or the beginning of something next. So this is a way to save time if you're one of those people, and who of us aren't, is busy and you don't necessarily have all the time to start from scratch every single time. So I'm loving the rich colors that are there, so we're just going to dry this. It has some interesting texture to it, and you can really, hopefully, it'll take some close-ups at the end. You can definitely see the plastic wrap texture there. These I'm just putting in the water so they can clean. Okay, I think I'm going to need to do a touch-up with the black. So I'm going to use it's a number 2. Just want to clean up the edges. You know, you can totally skip this step. Depends on how you can also use black paint instead of the black gesso. Most times I've left the white, it hasn't bothered me, but on this application it just seems I want it a bit more clean. I'm going to finish the rest of that off camera. We have that. Now I'm just going to edge it in black because that's just going to make it all work together. Right now the edges seem a little unfinished. I will put a link to, in the iCards or at the end cards, any of the technique tag videos that I am using in the creation of these iCads. I wanted to show, that was something I've always planned on doing, is showing how you use multiple techniques in the creation of one page or one card. So I'm going to take a picture of this because I think that's where I want to go. where I want to keep it. And then I'm just going to look through the eyes of the camera. Some people will use an ink pad for this. I prefer doing it this way. I find I get more success. Find what works for you. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I'm not done yet. So we're going to put this back on. I think I'm going to use this one. I think it's called Coastal Escape, but this and all the supplies will be in the box below. And I'm just going to put some gold on this because it's me, just in case you forget whose thing you're watching. Just a little more texture and pattern than what I had before. And if you put acrylic paint on them, I just spray it with my mixture of Murphy's oil soap and detergent or dish detergent. And you can just see there's that little extra something, right? So I'm going to get those put on. I'm going to look back into my camera, into my picture, because now I have a copy of where it went. And since this is all permanent, it's all acrylic, it's all permanent, I don't have to worry so much about it reactivating at this stage. You need to remember which products you're using. They're all wonderful. You simply just need to remember and adjust what you do or how you do things, depending on which mediums you have used. And I'm under halfway on my matte gel, so it's time to, wait for the next 50% off coupon at Michael's and buy myself another jar of this matte medium. I really like the Liquitex brand. I had tried the golden first and I didn't like it. Could have been me. Now, do I want to do anything else? I might just take the gold around the edge as well. I find that when you have the black and you add another color on top, it really makes both of them kind of pop. Makes it really special. I'm toying with the idea of putting gold on the black. So here are some close-ups of the finished iCAD. As you can see, I did use my Sakura Jelly Roll pen in gold and I outlined all the black Apparently I didn't turn on the camera, so no footage of that. Really love how the background, the gold and the richness of those three colors worked together. I like the imagery of the paths on here, and I think it goes well with the quote. Looking at it now, I'm thinking maybe I would have put a focal point on there, but that being said, I don't know what I would have put beyond the quote. Some cards can be just simple like this.